Hey you guys, it's Ken Lusk here with MyStarReport.com with another video installment. Today is the 23rd of August, full moon, rising up tonight for the 24th. Lots of interesting stuff happening. Of course, we are still in a cardinal T-square configuration right now. 6th house, 9th house, 3rd house, all involved. The signs that are players are Capricorn and Aries and Libra. We have just a whole handful of planets that are in retrograde right now. We've got Pluto in retrograde. We have the north and south node of the moon in retrograde. We have Neptune in retrograde, Chiron in retrograde, Uranus is in retrograde, Jupiter's in retrograde. Jupiter's going to be a key player in this prediction here. The prediction is from now the 23rd for the next week until the 30th. Times also right now are really tough for Aquarius and Pisces. Things are really hectic for you guys. I know I've been getting a lot of contact from you, and so keep those emails coming out. I'll try to give you guys as many answers on what's happening in your lives as possible. Then on top of all that, Mercury's in retrograde. Yes, our good friend, the little troublemaker Mercury, causing problems for me as well. With my technologies, with my computers, sound cards, you name it, man. It's going on. Anyway, we've seen a lot of stuff going on the last 2 weeks. You guys, hopefully you've been to my page at MyStarReport.com. You've seen the predictions. You've seen the headlines. Pretty amazing results. A lot of hits. A lot of predictions that were absolutely dead on, that I was kind of, wondering if they were going to happen, but they did happen. Right now, two big things that are going on. For instance, these miners that are trapped in Chile, they've found them and they've discovered there's like 30-some miners that have been trapped. They've discovered that they are still alive, but the thing is, if we go back to Jupiter being in retrograde, and Jupiter square with Pluto in the 6th house. The 6th house rules the labor force. It rules union workers, which includes miners. Jupiter usually would provide protection for those guys, but right now Jupiter's in retrograde. So while everyone is celebrating and they're very happy that these miners are alive, I certainly am. It's entirely possible, don't be surprised, that Jupiter actually does not provide any protection for these guys, okay? I'm not trying to put the bad vibe out there. I'm just reading the stars, okay? That's all I do is read the stars. There's no embellishments here. There is no protection for these guys as far as the stars are concerned. And so we'll see about that. Hopefully they survive. Hopefully they do great. But just remember, Jupiter's in retrograde. There's no protection, no luck for them, okay? And that's going to go during this period here for the next 7 days. For anyone that is involved in the labor force or unions, that there just isn't any protection for those people there, the labor class, union workers, miners. Anyway, moving on. Hurricane Danielle, that's no surprise because we have a full moon rising tonight. We are going to see, in my opinion, hella major quakes, major earthquakes, 6.0 or higher, and I think there are going to be some pretty big ones. Again, this time we saw some pretty big ones on the new moon. Last time, like I predicted, we saw two at least that were in the 7.0 plus category. I think they were 7.2, 7.4. We saw several 6.4s and 6.5s that followed. Those are pretty big guys. So Hurricane Danielle, she's a hurricane now. I believe we're going to see more hurricanes, possibly tsunami with these major quakes, tornadoes, disastrous tidal weather, as opposed to a disastrous electrical weather. And let me explain that to you, because when these planets are in retrograde, and we're talking about Uranus here because Uranus controls the weather, and the moon is in Uranus right now in the 8th house of mass death as far as mundane astrology goes. But the planetary energy changes when a planet goes retrograde. It changes from being electrical or having the opportunity of being positive or a positive tool to be used for benevolence or for good, or for some way of activation or initiation. But it changes from electrical to an energy being magnetic. It also increases the gravitational effect of the planet itself, the planet's influence in our solar system. So we have these planets, all these planets over here stacked on this side of the chart where the moon is moving through and has been moving through this window and seeding this energy as it goes, as it has built up to a full moon. All of this stuff has been in retrograde. So these energies are not going to be good when they hit. So the next big hit, right now the moon is in the 8th house, so the energy is set up there for mass deaths. The moon moves next into the 9th house where we have Aries, 9th house polarizing the 3rd house where we have dramatic news about roads, public roads, municipal structures, possibly the collapse of municipal structure. But I'm seeing a lot of chaos and mayhem on the public roads. Planes, more chaos and mayhem with planes, trains, and automobiles. Chaos and mayhem causing mass deaths with public transportation. Still going to take hits there. Air travel, long distance travel. This is going to include airliners. Don't think that your airliner necessarily is going to go down or your jet's going to go down. I'm just saying chaos and mayhem, for everything from lost baggage to flight delays, who knows, because of weather. But we're also going to see, and this possibly could affect air travel, a lot of open hostilities during this period. Open hostilities are going to escalate, again, between organized crime, criminal organizations, and secret agencies and law enforcement. So those types of people battling it out between each other. Also rebellious forces and rebel forces causing mayhem and chaos and mass deaths. Possible chaos and mayhem at universities. So students at universities, please be aware on campus. We've seen this the last couple of years, the last 4 years. Please be on the lookout. Be safe. Disaster could strike there. And that's all I've got for right now. This is sort of a quickie. 7 days again, and then I'll reevaluate in 7 days. I've been real busy. Like I said, times are tough right now for Aquarians and Pisces, and you guys have been getting in touch with me. I have to take care of you, right? So I've been taking care of our Piscean and Aquarian friends, as well as the other clients I have that are on my list that I'm doing readings for. So you guys take care, keep communicating with me. I'll keep communicating back with you. We'll stay in touch. We'll take care of each other. And you guys try to keep a positive vibe out there. And just be on the lookout during this period. Bad moon on the rise, right? Full moon tonight, y'all. Take care. Lusk out.